Hey guys, Emily here. Today I'm going to be starting off with my long box on the reformer. I have one red spring on. We are working on creating the heat from within our own bodies. It's getting a little cooler outside, so it's time to start trying to stay a little bit warmer. We're going to be doing the majority of, or the meat of, the routine on the box today. I only have one red spring on because when we begin, we're going to be trying not to move the box, the momentum of our bodies. We're going to be controlling our limbs, only moving from our joints, hips, knees, shoulders, containing all the movement, stabilizing with our core, trying not to move the box again, and it's going to give us some feedback. So we're going to go ahead and begin lying on our backs, feet down towards your foot bar. Make sure that from tail to shoulders, you're on your box comfortably. Your head will be off. You're allowed to put your hands, go ahead and rest gently. Do a little back extension over. Inhale. Exhale. Trying to keep a neutral spine here. Drop your belly button to your spine. Draw your ribs together. Bring your ribs towards your hips. Wide collarbone. Wide shoulder blades. Inhale back. Extending over. If it bothers your neck or your back, just extend to a neutral spine. We're going to exhale. Draw it all back in together. From here, I have my legs squeezed together. Ankles, knees, and toes. Trying to wake up my legs as well. Squeezing my glutes gently. Just 3 more. And 4. Here's 5. And 6. And then I'm going to raise my right knee to table up. Left knee, I'm going to pull my toes back, but leaving the rest of my foot pointed. I'm going to press out to my working level, dropping my belly button to my spine, not allowing my hips or pelvis to rock, and pull my knees back to tabletop. I'm going to press out, drawing into my belly button, and pull back in. Here's 3. Curl up a little deeper, creasing over your sternum. Here's 4. And inhale, pull it in. Don't allow yourself to rock back and forth, side to side, or tuck or tilt on your pelvis, the back of your pelvis on your sacrum. Here's 9. 1 more. And 10. From there, I'm going to separate my knees, connect my heels. I'm going to have my feet in a gentle point. I'm going to press out, squeezing my inner thighs and glutes to a frog, and pull it back in. Here's 1. We're going to do 10. 2. And 3. Here's 4. Inhale. And exhale, pull back in. Inhale to press. And exhale to pull. Here's 8. Here's 9. Try to make sure that your knees are even. Your hips are even. And 10. I'm going to connect my ankle, knees, and toes. Pull my toes back strongly towards my knees, flexing my feet, leading with my heels. I'm going to press from my glutes and pull it back in. 1 and 2. Here's 3. 4. And 5. Feel the heat. So warming up inside you, in your abdominals. 8. Almost done, but not quite. Here's 9. 10, press it out and stay. Articulate through your foot to a point. Pulling back your toes, pulling back the balls of your feet, and articulate at point, articulate, flex. Here's 3. We're going to 5, 4, and 5. Pull your feet back in. Land your knees. Good, extend back. If it bothers your head to do this, hold on behind your neck to give yourself some gentle support. You can also place a ball in your headrest right next to your, or box, in your headrest right next to your long box to give you some additional support. Inhale, exhale, curl yourself up. C-shaped curve. Hold on, either side of your knees. Inhale to prayer. Exhale to press out to working level. Bring your hands down by your side and begin pumping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should really only be moving from your shoulder joint. Slow down the movement slightly if your carriage is rocking. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to make your pumps a little bit bigger to increase the heat within your body. Here's 5. Squeeze your inner thighs. Squeeze your heels. Squeeze your glutes. Drop your belly to your spine. Lift your chin up off your chest. Leave a little bit of room between your chin and your chest here. Crunching your neck. Here's 9. Stretch your fingers long. I know it's uncomfortable. I just try to crunch mine. Bring your knees into your chest. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders back. We're going to finish this series right here with the series of 5 on the backs. Try not to get too excited. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, curl up. Single knee stretch. Opposite hand on the inside of your knee. Outside hand reaching for your ankle. Inhale through center. Exhale to switch. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. If your neck's starting to twinge, hold on behind your head. We've done a lot on the box today. 4 and 5 and 6. For a modification on the double leg stretch, one hand behind your head, one hand on your knees. Inhale to extend. Exhale. Draw everything in. Switch hands. Inhale, extend. And exhale, little in. Otherwise, inhale. Exhale back to the knees. Halfway there. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. And inhale and exhale. Scissors. Hand behind your head again if you need a modification. I'm pulling my right leg in first. And I'm switching. And I'm tugging it by widening my elbows. Not lifting my face towards my shin. I'm widening my elbows and bringing my shin to my face. Not the opposite way around. Here's 4. And 5. On this next one, we're going to rest our head in our hands. And 6. Feet up to the ceiling, head and hands. We're going to diamond our feet, squeezing our inner thighs, planting our sacrum firmly on the box. We're going to lower 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch. On the exhale, watch your ab straps, then lift your legs. Crease over your sternum, drop 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Modification. Leave one leg to the ceiling, drop a leg. 1, 2, 3. Concentrate on using your abs for this. And both legs for the last one. Try your knees into tabletop. Elbow to knee. I'm going to rotate towards my left knee first, extending my right leg. Inhale through center. Exhale, switch and twist. And twist. We're almost done, guys. Just 4 more sets to each side. Try to twist from your belly button above. Bring your ribs across your body. Final set. Have onto your knees or behind your head and rest back and do a tiny back extension. Take 1 more deep breath. Place your feet on the foot bar. Hold them behind your knees. Rock up to sitting with support. We are going to do pulling straps 1 and 2. Go around the world, so to speak. On the box, it's one of my favorite sort of flows that I picked up from Tiffany Burke. And her Pilates classes is sort of just going around the whole machine. A couple of exercises on here I will have gotten from some classes that I took of hers. But I put the sticky mat on my box for pulling straps 1 and 2 so that I don't slide on the box. If you have slippy pants, a slippy shirt, it could be a problem. I still have 1 red spring arm. If you would like, from here, you can go ahead and drop your foot bar. Hand. Swing 1 leg up and on the box. Swing the other leg up on the box. I have my sternum on the box. Right where my sternum and my 12th rib meet in the front of my body. I'm going to put my straps on my wrist like bracelets. Choke up on the straps. Squeeze Draw my belly up and in. Draw my ribs in and down. Bring my hands up as I'm inhale. Pull back. I'm going to pull into a tiny back extension. And come back down. I don't allow my ribs to pop in the back extension. Inhale, pull. I'm staying kind in my neck. I'm not cranking my neck back so it touches my back. And a gentle curve. 6 and 7. Squeeze and down. On 8, stay back up at the top. Bend your elbows and stretch back a tricep press. If it bothers you to do the back extension, stay in neutral spine. Here's 3. Control the machine. Don't let it bounce around. 5, 6. Slide your shoulder blades down your back. 7 and 8. Leave your arms long. Release them slowly down to the side. Without releasing your legs, bring your hands out of the straps. Grab onto the metal. Put your thumbs in the ring like a thumb ring. Hold on to the straps, the rubber part. Palms facing down to the ground. Now, exhale, pull the pinky blade edge of your hands towards your hips. Release back down. Again, don't flare your ribs. Pull your shoulders down your back. Maintaining the position of your legs this whole time, you should definitely feel some definite heat in your body. It will be building. Whoever said you don't sweat during Pilates obviously was doing different Pilates than me. I always sweat during my mentor Katie Riley's classes. One more. Flip your palms in towards your hips and give tiny pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoulders down your back. 6, 7, 8. Flip your palms down. Bring your feet up into a frog. Draw in, squeezing your glutes, squeezing your heels. Pulse your feet towards the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend your legs, squeezing them together. Come back on a neutral spine. Take your straps. Allow your body to rest over your rocks. Shake out your neck. Take one more deep breath. Come off the box to the side. I'm going to remove my sticky pad for the next few sets of exercises. You're more than welcome to keep it on. We are going to come on to the side of our box. It would be best if you walked all the way around. I'm going to change my spring over to one blue. It is possible to do it with one red. You might not be able to extend your arm all the way. I have my heels on the carriage, but the front of my foot, arch ball of foot, is lifted up off of the wood, so I'm not scraping or sliding my foot. I'm going to reach for my strap in the front. If you would like to make the spring a little heavier, scoot towards the front edge of your box. If you'd like to decrease the weight of your spring, if you have one red on, go ahead and scoot to the very back edge of your box. Sitting straight up, resting my hand on my hip. I'm going to squeeze my legs together, draw my bicep in towards my ribs. Line up my thumb edge of my hand with my shoulder. Reach up and lower. Again, if you have one red spring, connect to your lat for this exercise. You might only be able to straighten your arm up just a little bit. More than all right. 6, 7. One more. Try to stay up and down, not leaning into it. And 8. Take your hand, opposite hand across your body. Place your same hand as the end of your reformer on your waist. Reach your arm across your body. Start rounding in. Draw your shoulder up, back, and down. Gently bend your arm across your body, reaching for your opposite hip. Come across your body and straighten your arm up. Bend your elbow first, and then bring it across your body. This is a controlled exercise. If you have one red spring and you're unable to move it to a blue, you might not be able to extend your arm. Not a problem. Please just go to where you can, maintaining control of the exercise. exhale, 2 more. And down. I'm going to scoot closer to the back edge of my box by the headrest. I'm going to place my hand down by my side, squeezing my elbow in towards my head. I'm in the same position as to shade the face or start an exercise again, but I'm going to reach over, reach past my face, press up out of my shoulder without scrunching my shoulder down by my ear, and reach over to the side. I'm reaching for the wall and the ceiling meet, and come back to sitting straight. And reach. It's as if I'm sitting between two panes of glass, one in the front, one in the back, and I cannot move I can't twist, but I can move side to side. Keep your ribs in and down. Try your lower abdominals in. Here's 5, 6, 7. Draw both shoulders down your back. Squeeze your knees together. And 8. From there, I'm going to come to the middle or the front edge of my backs. You can stay at the back of the red spring, of course. My back leg, or my leg closest to the headrest or base, I'm going to place it up on the box so that my shin is parallel with the side of my box. I'm going to hover my other leg off the box, or on the box, obviously, depending on which you prefer. If you decide to do the side step with your leg, having your leg closer to the front or hanging off the side, off the front would be easiest. I'm going to hold on with my back hand. My front hand is going to reach across to the front. I'm going to come into the bumper as close as I can. Inhale, exhale, twist, and release. Just like an elbow to knee, we're twisting our ribs across. So my ribs are coming across. My handle is right where my sternum is on my ribs. It's staying there the whole time. Here's 5. And 6. We're going to come back. We're going to add the leg sweep. I'm going to hover my leg slightly. I'm going to sweep from my knee. I'm not going to lift it up and crank it up. I find that gets into my hip a little bit. If you like to, obviously you're more than welcome, but on this variation, we're going to sweep our leg across the front, twisting a little bit more, get a little bit more oblique, and come back. I modified this from Tiffany Burke's version. It's excellent for my body. It's just a little hard for me. Really stay in your lower abs. Wring it out like a sponge. Keep your knee low. Sweep it across. And then bring it back. Excellent. I'm going to come to facing the front. I am going to extend my legs straight. You are welcome to crisscross applesauce your legs. Reach back to my back. My other handle. Sit on the back edge. Whoop. Oh, my box, don't fall off the back. I have my hands in hug a tree. I'm going to exhale and inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale to open. Don't flare your ribs. Don't allow your form to swing behind you. And exhale. Engage on your lats. Stop right here. Exhale and inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Sit up straight, growing tall. Tap your fingertips right in front of where your sternum and 12 meet or your bra strap. And together. From here, I'm going to bring my hands together like a diamond to the middle of my forehead. Lean forward, press out, and pull back. Drawing my shoulder blades down my back. Engaging in my lats. I'm hinged at the hips. The hips, I'm sorry. I'm reaching the tip top of my head for where the wall and the ceiling meet. Here's 7. And 8. Stretch your legs out strong. We're going to do circles, leading your arms in front, just like hug a tree. We lift it up to shoulder height, because we are higher than we would be sometimes unless we were kneeling. but it is a little bit more weight. One more in this direction, and I'm going to reverse. Inhale out to the side, exhale down the center. Sitting straight up, and down through the center. Inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Shake out my legs, come in gently to the bumper, place, this is my left strap, my strap I used first on. I'm going to come sitting to the side. I'm in the middle of my box, but again, if you want more weight, move to the front edge near your foot bar. If you want less weight, move to the back towards your uprights. My heels are on, the front part of my feet are lifted. I squeeze my bicep in towards my body. My thumb blade edge is lined up with my shoulder. My hands on my hip. I reach up and I lower. I have my shoulder blade reaching down my back the entire time. My hand is reaching up. Inhale and exhale. Here's 4. Draw your abdominals up and in to support your body. Stabilize the box of your body from your shoulders over your hips. There's 7. And 8. And down. Bring your hand down by your hip. Bring your hand as close to the foot bar across to reach down for the handle. Draw your shoulder up, back, and down. Place your shoulder by your headrest on your hips. Pull your shoulder, pull your hand across your shoulder, and then extend your arm out. Woo! This arm's a little harder today. Bend your elbow and come across. One side's always stronger than the other. If you speed it up to get more momentum going, make sure that you're still controlling the weight and the spring tension. Draw your shoulder down. Here's 7. I'm going to move closer to the back of my long box so that I have more room for my hand on the side reach. I'm going to come into the same position, my biceps squeezing my ribs, my thumb blade edge in line with my shoulder. Place my hand down by my side, my elbow squeezing into my hips. I'm going to reach over, pressing up, drawing both shoulders down, reaching for where the wall and the ceiling meet. And inhale. Exhale, reach. You should feel a stretch out of both sides. You should be collapsing into the side closest to the long box. Here's 4. And 5. 6. Abdominals up and in. Don't forget you're between 2 panes of glass. One in the front, one in the back. No twisting. And 8. And down. From there, I like to hang my leg off the outside for the mermaid twist. I'm going to bring my leg closest to my headrest, up on the box, parallel my shin with the front edge, hang my other leg off, try to release in my waist a little bit so I'm not overworking it with my hip. The waist in my back hand, my other hand's just sitting on top. I'm going to exhale and pull across, twisting. Twisting from the belly button up. Nothing's twisting across my body yet. My ribs are coming across my body. My hand stays right in the center of my body. From here, we're going to sweep the leg across and bring it back. And sweep it across and back. My leg that's moving, my glute is hovering slightly, but it's not completely lifted. Here's 5. My leg's very low, so I don't put too much pressure on my hip flexors. Come on in. Go ahead and take your strap on the post. We're going to do some more work facing the back of the reformer. Still a blue string. If you have a red spring, the weight may be too heavy for you to do this next set of exercises. Do what you can. Come on to my box. I'm going to squeeze my legs together. I'm going to walk back to the uprights. I'm going to hold on to them. release my shoulders, shrugging them out to my ears, and engage my lats and pull my shoulders down my back. Release and pull. My belly button's up towards my spine. I'm squeezing my heels together. My thighs are hovering ever so slightly off the box to engage my inner thighs and glutes. I'm in a neutral spine. My ribs are in. And my belly button's lifted up to my spine. From there, I'm going to retain my shoulders down my spine. I'm going to pull across, then a tricep pull. So my elbows are narrow. Here's 3. And now 4. On the last 4, I'm going to do a slight heel lift. So I'm going to lift as I pull. Lift as I pull. Lifting my feet up towards the ceiling. And 7, squeeze, lift. And 8, squeeze, lift. From there, I'm going to widen my elbows. So I'll draw my shoulder out and pull with a wide elbows across. Here's 4. 3. 2, you guessed it. After this next one, we're going to add the heel lift. 1. And now we're going to lift and lower as we release. And squeeze to lift. And then lower, release. Squeeze, lift. Lower, release. And lift. Lower, release. From there, we're going to extend our legs. Release, grabbing onto the sides of our reformer. And walk ourselves back. Carefully, so we don't slam into the bumper. Although it has been known to happen, yes? I'm going to remove my sticky mat. I'm going to take my box off of my reformer. From there, before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and change over my springs to 1 red, 1 blue. I'm kneeling on my carriage. My toes are holding onto the edge. I'm squeezing my glutes to press my hips forward. Open up the front of my hip flexors. Drop my ribs in and down. My abdominals are up and in. My shoulders are up, back, and down. I'm going to pull back. Look to the right. Center. Left. Center. Release. And chest expansion. I'm going to reach back, reaching my fingertips down. Left. Center. Right. Center. Release. I do not lose the squeeze on my glutes the entire time. I squeeze and pull back. Left, center, right, center. Release. Squeeze and pull back. Right, center, left, center. Release. Squeeze and pull back. Left, center, right, center. Release. From there, I'm going to walk my knees up until my thighs are pressing in to the shoulder blocks. Put my straps on, my handles on the bracelets again. Choke up on the straps. I'm going to squeeze to bring my hips forward. And then I'm going to hinge at my hips. Sitting down, releasing my glutes, tapping my glutes to my heels, squeezing them to come back up. Shoulders up, back and down. And sit back. The only thing bending are my hips. My body is staying straight up and down the whole time. Just forward and lift. As I squeeze my glutes, my abdominals are coming up and in. My hamstrings are also working. Let's do 2 more. 1, and lift, and down, and lift. From there, I'm going to move into thigh stretch. I'm going to squeeze my glutes, draw everything up and in. Again, we have the same idea being between 2 panes of glass, 1 in the front, 1 in the back. Flat back hinge coming from the knees. Coming back. My gaze is where the walnut is landing. I lift up slightly to come back up with control on the springs. I drop my belly button to my spine, retaining that inner heat, and coming back up. Squeeze, 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 and up. It is not so much as a gentle stretch as you feel it in your quads. One more. Inhale back. And exhale back up. Excellent. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to change my handles over for foot straps. If you have double straps, great. You are ready to go. I'm going to leave my headrest down, or if it's not already down, please put it down. I'm going to come over. I'm going to change my springs out for 2 green right now. I'm going to drop my red and my blue. I'm going to go ahead and raise my foot bar while I'm down. Let me come onto my back. Draw my knees into my chest. Place one foot strap on, other foot strap on. Draw my feet into a frog. Get used to the weight of these springs. We have been working on 1 red or 1 medium spring the whole time. Now we're on 2 greens or 2 heavies. Draw your ribs in and down. Make your sacrum flat and heavy. Press out. The lower you press your feet, the harder this exercise will be. And press out, drawing your belly button up and in. And in. Here's 3. 4, squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your glutes to straighten. Here's 5. 6. Here's 7. Now hold it on 8. Now only come in halfway so you can really feel your glutes and inner thighs firing. We're going to close everything together, bringing our heels, insides of our feet, and big toes together. We're going to squeeze open. Go ahead and adjust from there to get where you really need to be. To really feel the benefits of this exercise, you have to lower, lift. Draw your knees in, draw them out. Squeeze and open. And squeeze. Rotate your femur in the hip socket, using your glutes to really feel your legs open. 1 more. Draw it all the way in. Bring your feet up to the ceiling. Parallel. We're going to flex to lower and point to lift. Make it as fluid as you possibly can. Squeezing your glutes and hamstrings to lower, releasing your hip flexors to bring your feet back up to the ceiling. You're going to draw it down. Your body should be stable on the carriage. And lower. And lift. Now leave your feet pointed and point to lower. Flex to lift. And 2. Squeeze everything. Squeeze especially where your glute and your thigh meet. And lift. Let's do 1 more. Point your feet at the top. Turn them out. Point to open. And flex to bring your feet back together. And point to open. Feeling that inner thigh stretch. Trying to really anchor your sacrum onto the carriage. And now flex to open. And point to close. And flex open. Point close. 1 more, and then we're going to go ahead and go into circles. Pausing at the top, we're going to open our feet the width of the former. Squeeze our glutes and hamstrings to bring them down. Squeeze your legs together and release our hip flexors and back up to the top. Open and squeeze. And lift. Go ahead and wind your circles once you make sure that your sacrum is very stable and it's not rocking or tilting. On the carriage, 1 more. Pause up at the top. We're going to reverse the width of the carriage for the first few. Draw your feet down to working level. Separate your feet the width of the former. Float them back up. And then squeeze your legs together. Squeeze down through the center. And open. And float back up. And close. Start to make your circles a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. 3. And down. Make sure that you're not rocking your sacrum or hip area. And open. One more. And open. From there, we're going to draw my feet into frog. Release one foot, reach for the foot bar, release the other one. Come on in. I'm still holding my straps in one hand. I'm going to change my springs over for short spine springs. For me, that's one medium and one light. On my machine, that's one red, one blue. I'm going to double check again to make sure that my headrest is down. For short spine to protect my neck. If you have neck issues, osteoporosis, osteopenia, please don't do this exercise. I'm going to come down onto my back. Press out with one foot. Place my foot strap on. Extend my foot strap foot. Place my other foot in the foot strap. Come into frog. Scooch away from my shoulder blocks. Platform arms by my side. Press out to working level. I'm going to crease at my hips to float my legs up to the ceiling. From there, I'm going to imprint my spine, or all my spine, all the way up from my tailbone to my head, which includes the low curve of my back. Tuck my tailbone and press into my straps to lift up. I'm going to bend my knees down to a frog, bringing my knees over my shoulder blocks. From there, I'm going to articulate my spine down very slowly. When I've gone as far as I can, I'm going to draw my feet back down into the frog. You see my glutes and my hamstrings. I'm going to press out into working level. Crease up my hips. Imprint my spine, tuck my tailbone, and lift. Come into a frog. Make sure you're not on your neck. You can still lift your head in this position. Your platform on your scapula or your shoulder blades. Draw my feet in and press out. And crease, tuck my tail, and lift. I can still lift my head this whole time, so not too much on my neck. If you roll up onto your neck, you will not be able to lift your head while your feet are extended. One more, very dangerous. Articulate down and draw your feet into a frog position. Release one foot, find the foot bar. Release the other foot, find the foot bar. Replace or peg your straps, drop them in your well. Whichever one works for you. We're going to do a little bit more booty work today. We're going to have a nice stretch, and then we're all going to hopefully be sweating a little bit and be able to move on with our day. We're going to go on to scooter. It's one of my favorites. I think it's fun. Scooter, I'm going to place my foot closest to the side of my reformer. I'm seeing that side up on the carrot. I'm going to tuck my toes, press my heels into the shoulder block. When I bend my knees, which I will bend both my knees, they're lined up with each other. I'm going to hinge forward at my hips, placing both hands on my foot bar. My hand that is by my bent knee hand, is not on the outside, it's pulled close. Mine's pulled a little bit past the midline of the foot bar towards my other hand. I'm going to press out my glute to straighten my leg and bend. I'm still in one red and one blue. The slower you do this, the more you draw your abs up and in, the warmer your body will become. Here's 5, 6, bend more in this knee, and 8. Come in, don't move, but flip your foot so that it's turned out. It's at the top of the shoulder block, pressing into it though, and your foot is turned out to the carrot, and you're going to press, or they're parallel. And press. Abs up and in, ribs together and down, shoulders down your back. 4, 5, 6, 7, sink deeper in your standing leg, and 8. Come off to the side. We're going to walk around our machine, come to the other side, place our other foot up on the carriage, tuck our toes, press our heels into the shoulder block, bend our knees down so they're parallel, draw your shoulders up, back and down, ribs in, and press, and release. Your knees should be hovering off your carriage. 3. When you start to extend your leg, squeeze your glute to extend your leg all the way. And stretch and squeeze. Here's 7, abs up and in, and 8. From there, turn your foot out, place it on the top of your shoulder block. Your leg or your knee to your ankle is parallel with the carriage. Bend in your standing leg more and stretch and squeeze. And straighten your leg and squeeze to get it all the way straight. Here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. From there, release your foot. Come to standing. Take your medium spring or your red spring off. Come around to the opposite side again. I'm going to place my same foot for this side up on the carriage. Tuck my toes. Place my knee on the carriage. I'm going to walk my big toe up to the front of my wood. I'm going to come down. It's as if I have a wall in front of me. I'm going to press back, sink in, and try to stay as straight as I can. And lift it back up. Straight up. Still pressing my hip flexor open. Releasing my psoas. If you ride a stationary bike or a bike at all, this is an excellent exercise to help to release the hip flexor in the front. One more. And I'm going to straighten my foot and my platform, my stationary leg, my standing leg, so I can get a hamstring stretch at the same time. Bend my front leg and come back up, bringing the carriage in. Come back around to the other side. Line my front toe up with the front of my machine. Lift my foot up, tuck my toe. Place my heel into the shoulder block. Come on, squeeze my glute to press my hip forward and open. I'm going to come down as if I have a wall in front of me. So I'm not leaning forward or pitching my body forward. And come back up. And I'm going to sink down. And lift. Squeezing my glutes still to press my hip forward and open. And sink down. And I'm going to press back. Still holding onto my foot bar, straightening my stationary or standing leg. Enjoying the stretch of my hamstring. I'm going to bend my knee to bring the carriage forward. Squeeze my glutes, press my hip forward, and come up to standing. Thank you everyone so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed the routine. I hope that you're properly warmed up for the cold weather, and I'll see you guys soon.